go. Can you guys hear me? Yes, no? Volume? Since you guys always have volume issues. Oh, hi, Jiggy. Just making sure you guys can hear me before I get going. Wow, versus movie with Shaq and Seagal, nice. All right, good to hear. We're going to start with Kill Switch. My God, Kill Switch. This is like the very first of the Seagal movies I went through chronologically, and well, I found new shit, so a lot to look forward to. Kill Switch is like a movie where Seagal left early, like he usually does, and they just told the editor, fucking deal with it, make a movie out of it. So real quick, we're going to make sure you guys can hear the audio on the actual video. Jeff is not. Statement: an outsider who pretends to be an insider is a carpetbagger, not a lesbian. Thanks, Jeff. You guys got that? You're welcome, Adora Chase Roth. All right, let's make sure that this is working volume-wise. All right, guys, let me know that this has volume. You guys hear that weird little noise? Volume too high. Again? Really? It's doing it again? My God. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it's not doing anything. Okay. All right. I got this. Don't worry. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Super hacker space size. Got it. There we go. You guys can hear that, right? The little lines went green on that one. All right. We're going to get going on this movie there. Hopefully I don't get sidetracked and this is under 4 hours. Did I already answer that? All right. Good old Kill Switch. The mega blockbuster hit movie where Seagal showed the world, go fuck yourself, I'm going home. My God. So this is the past. This is supposed to be when Seagal was young. Apparently his brother was murdered, and it seems like this is going to come up and be important, and it's not. It's just not. They just show this, don't really explain it, and then they just don't talk about it. Get used to that. This movie, there's like, they tried to make it 4 or 5 different movies and said fuck it halfway through and just gave up on it and went to something new. And this is just one of the things. Yeah, and I guess that's the killer. He never really comes up, so I don't know why they show him. Oh, the booby lady. Yes, the most Seagal of traps where the serial killer hooks a C4 explosive up to her boobs. I don't know why she's laying on the grass right there. That's never explained. But yeah, the booby bomb. She's just laying there. Okay, cool. And the best part is Seagal comes to help.
I promise you, we're gonna do something right away.
Better, yeah, right away. You got 3 minutes, she's gonna explode. And look, this move right here. See where his hand is? For no reason, he does this. For no reason. He's like, oh, let me play with this move real quick. We'll go back, see that again. Just laying there, and there's no reason to, but Oh, I'm gonna touch a booby.
It's not like him to leave out in the open like this.
And they're just sitting there having a casual conversation. She's got 3 minutes before she explodes, and they're just, wow, this is kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah, this isn't normal. Oh, and they just they turn around and just leave. 3 minutes. They just turn around and leave. Like, And yeah, he looks up there and figures he's got to be up there somewhere. Okay.
Watching us right now.
Now, the only way for this to make sense and to do all this in 3 minutes is he just has to guess a random apartment and just go in there. That's it. Yeah, it's the one.
How's the view?
Just teleports in there. That's the killer. Finds it all just immediately. Because I did the time-wise, and it had been about 3 minutes between when she's going to explode and when this actually all takes place. So unless he just appears there,
The fuck are
Only
you
way it
doing in my
works.
place?
The door was open, and by the looks of the car around here,
yeah. So he goes in there, and the guy's like, "What the hell are you doing in here?" And he's like explaining himself. Well, you know, it just seemed like the okay thing to do. Oh yeah, his voice is dubbed through all of this. That's not his voice. And like he's explaining to the killer why he came in. The dude's got a bomb on a lady outside. You don't have to explain shit at that point. And yeah, this is a lady who actually does live there. She's dead. He killed her. That kind of comes up later, but only because of me, not because of the movie. And these are the fight scenes. You guys see that? Do you see how many cuts there are? He just teleports around. He just is. And he tells her to cut the yellow wire. There's like 3 yellow wires. So yeah, he guesses the right one, thankfully. And so he's gonna arrest him, and then he kicks him out the window. He actually attacks Seagal, so this makes perfect sense. But they show it in 13 different angles. Just in case you don't get it. Just in case you don't get it. And this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. They show 3 angles where he's getting closer to the ground. And he's almost at the ground. He's almost down there. He almost lands. Then he's back inside. Then he's back inside the window. We get to see it again from the very beginning. Good work,
Looks
Seagal.
like he got the hiccups. Somebody get that guy a glass of water.
Yeah. That's a joke, I guess. Someone get him a glass of water. He's got hiccups. But that's Seagal's idea of a joke. I don't get it. He comes back from a hard day of work, and of course, it's Seagal. So whenever he comes home, of course. And this is just a coworker.
what are you doing here?
I missed you.
Happens every single day to Seagal. Sometimes twice a day. Sometimes on his lunch break. And apparently he doesn't get that she's flirting.
I worked too hard.
Well, you drink too much.
It's like they're having a rap battle. He just talks shit back to her. Well, you drink too much. I mean, clearly she must, right? Clearly she must. And then she tries to make out with him. He's like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Yeah, that scene serves zero purpose. Just so people think, chicks want him. God. Oh, now we get a hooker. This is a hooker.
Do you need help?
Sees him with a baby, asks if he needs help, because this is one of the serial killers. Because apparently to get a hooker to come with you, you have to trick them. You have to come up with a big ruse. You can't just say, come with me. That would make too much sense. Yep, and he beats her to death with a toy baby. All of that makes complete sense. And how else are you going to get a hooker to go in the car with you?
Result of
Oh yeah, we got Isaac Hayes. Because it's not a Seagal movie if you're not distracted by at least one of the actors. That just makes no sense. Oh my gosh, yeah, Isaac Hayes is in this dumpster. But what he says is important. Yeah, chef. So I'm going to go back a little bit. So we can get this. Because Seagal knows we are not all, doctors like him.
result of massive blood force trauma.
What's massive blunt force trauma? I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, in other words, she beat to death.
Oh, thanks, Seagal. Thanks for explaining that. We're all so stupid. We're all so stupid. Oh, Tupac thinks since In a World. Guy movie trailer voice is gone, unfortunately. I think Dan LaFontaine's his name. I vote Space Ice should take and receive millions for the voice. Fact. This guy gets it. This guy gets it. And so for you aspiring doctors out there, massive blunt force trauma means they got beat to hell. Okay? Got it? That is Isaac Hayes. It definitely is. Yeah. So this part, he's at a bar. These guys, obviously sitting down. He's Seagal. He doesn't stand. These guys just come up to him. We don't know why. They never explain it. They just come up to him and want to fight. Okay, because, you know, if you're Seagal, that just happens. They just, oh yeah, a lot of teleporting. I'm not going to show most of this because we don't want to all have seizures.
Hey, babe, what's happening?
You got some people waiting up front?
That's obviously it's a body double, if you guys couldn't tell. Here we get this incredible fight scene. I know that went quick. That was 3 seconds, and there were 9 cuts in 3 seconds for that. The entire fight scene is like that. Not only is the entire fight scene like that, but then suddenly they're outside and they get into a shootout. Of course, like I said, none of this is explained. We don't know who these people are, why they're doing any of this. Yep, they're just shooting each other, and this isn't important. I just really like this frame, so I thought I'd just keep it here for a second. Okay, now we can move on. Eventually. Oh god. I like how I'm looking at the chat when I talk to you guys, like you guys are in the chat thing. Oh god, this is another side plot that was supposed to be a main plot or something, and then they just begin and then just end with no resolution. Yeah, not really Courtney Cox. She's FBI. So they try and paint her as an idiot. She's in a Seagal movie, so she probably is. She's supposed to be investigating Seagal or something. They kind of change her whole purpose, and none of it gets resolved, so it doesn't matter. But this was a murder scene.
Agent Miller, I do not think that we should get involved.
And they hear about a domestic situation. They hear about a husband and wife or something getting into it. The cop lady, that's the chick that was at the house who just shows up wearing nightgowns. She's saying, no, don't go in there. They're not going to want to press charges anyways.
Domestic shit. Half the time the women don't even press charges.
You don't tell me I'm gonna cut you open.
Please, Lupe, you just smoked too much crack.
He's saying he's going to cut her open and that she smokes too much crack. And the girl cop's like, we shouldn't get involved. She's not going to want to press charges. Why are we getting involved in somebody threatening to murder their wife who's high on crack? Why would you get involved in that, man?
Relax!
So they kick the door in. He tries to stab her. She tries to stab her. Of course, she's got her tongue. Idiot for some
You
reason.
okay?
You didn't have to hurt him.
You didn't have to hurt him. He tries to slash her with a knife.
Told you so.
And then she says, I told you so. Yeah, he was going to kill her, but told you. And this is where we get into her one of her side plots where the guy he kicked out the window 45 times. He got out on appeal, apparently. I have no idea when this is supposed to be, but he's out on appeal. And this is what Seagal thinks appeals are.
The witness refused to testify and the Supreme Court overturned it. They found the excessive force used by Detective King unconstitutional and the DNA evidence to be suspect.
So Seagal thinks appeals are just calling a redo on a trial. Witnesses don't testify in appeals. Appeals are if there's issues with the actual trial. So it makes no sense that the witness refused to testify. And there was a lady who had the bomb inside her. He kidnapped her, did surgery on her, was going to blow her up. Nah, we're cool now. Him beating his ass, not only was it very, very well justified. But you don't get off on the murder because you got your ass beat. That has nothing to do with anything. He would just, just Seagal could go to prison, but you don't get out on fucking murder. The DNA is suspect. What the fuck does that mean? They just said, I don't know about this DNA stuff. That's what the appeal court said? I don't know about that. It makes no goddamn sense. It makes no goddamn sense. They want to do that. And I don't know if you guys remember. Did I put it in here? Did I put it in here? Yeah. What about her? Did they just forget about the fucking dead lady he killed and took over her apartment? What the fuck is this? How did they just not mention this other murder he committed? And he was in that apartment. Whatever. So, everyone here's fucking stupid, so he's out.
You're a citizen again, Mr. Hill.
It's a Seagal movie, so that's his lawyer. He fucking kills his lawyer. First thing he does when he gets out, he just murders his lawyer. Jeff is not. Question, just for fun. Could we kickstart a reshoot to make the movie rewatchable? All the actors are obviously within reach. Within reach? With the proper ice, it would be a mega hit movie. I don't know if there's fixing this. You'd have to turn it into like 6 different movies if you're trying to wrap up all the plots that just start and stop with no resolution. Yeah, I think Cameron Poe got, was it 11 years and he got out after 8 or something? I think he got out after like 8 because of good behavior or some bullshit like that. Yeah. Fucking Cage. And this guy just gets out even though he murdered a bunch of people. Not to mention he was already a serial killer who had killed other people. But, okay, he's out.
Your boy Billy Joe just got out.
Seagal's pissed about this.
He done killed 3 more people. How you like that?
Like it's her fault. She's here because he fucked up his police work so badly that the guy got out, and he's talking down to her about it. And Seagal wrote this. This isn't just one where he came in and changed everything. He literally wrote this entire thing. And he's like, oh, this bitch, how dare she let him out? Oh my God, he makes me so mad. Oh yeah, he goes to the library to figure out what these things mean. And wouldn't you know it, the librarian just walks up and tells him.
Southern Death Threat.
What's that?
That line you wrote down, it's from their song.
So he's there all day trying to figure it out, comes up with nothing because he's a moron, probably can't read. And she just walks up and is like, oh yeah, it's this band that goes, they play down here. Okay, he finger painted the script for this, all right? Cut him some slack. And because this movie's 1, all about coincidences, and 2, hiring more people costs more money, so they just reuse the same people for everything. So the killer, the serial killer's new girlfriend, is that librarian. Why the fuck not? You know, save time, save money, whatever. Oh, yeah, so he goes to the club. Oh, this is an all-time Seagal scene. He asks the bartender, he gives him some lyrics, and asks the bartender who wrote these lyrics. And she knows exactly where that guy is, who that guy is, and points to him. Because that's fucking normal. Yeah, I did that because this is... I just sometimes like frames. So we're just going to hang out here for a second. Okay, we can go on. But this scene's great. Not only does she know exactly who wrote those lyrics and where he's standing right now, he's just staring at Seagal looking as suspicious as possible. This is the guy that beat the hooker to death with a baby, who couldn't just say, hey, hooker, come here, you're a hooker, I want to hire a hooker. You couldn't do that. That makes no sense. And this is where it gets good, ladies and gentlemen. So Seagal's going to walk up to this guy. Oh, this is great. Just pushes her, says, get out of the way, bitch. Just fucking nails this guy. This guy's not doing anything. He just walks up, gets him in the face, right in the nuts. Just throws him to the ground. Then this guy, you can see him on your left, his right, the bald guy. This dude gets a beating. He just comes up behind this guy. Fucking throws him through a table. He just comes up behind him and throws him into the table. That's the same guy. We're not supposed to know this, but he just throws the same guy down again. Oh, and we're not done. We're not done. Now he comes up behind him again. That's the same fucking guy. And then he sees a bouncer. So, well, of course he punches the bouncer and hits this guy. None of these people did anything to him. Not a thing. He's just walking through, just assaulting these people. And people think I make this stuff up. Watch this movie if you haven't. I mean, pirate this movie if you can, obviously. I don't want Seagal getting money for this. But he just walks up and just takes out like 4 guys. The same guy like 3 times. The same guy, like, they don't even change his shirt or anything. It's just the same guy. Yeah, just beat him up again. Then he comes out with his gun out. Now his gun's just out. Oh man, he sees the guy driving away. So he's Seagal. What does he do? He's driving away. He fucking unloads on him. He just unloads on him. And then they're shooting each other. They're like 3 feet apart and they can't hit each other. They can't hit each other. They're 3 feet apart. They're both shooting at each other. To be honest, though, this guy has every right to be shooting back at Seagal. He's just unloading on him for driving away. And I like this because obviously he's shooting with his eyes closed because, you know, guns are scary. Those bangs, oh man, those are terrifying. And we're not done. We're just getting started. The car crashes. So, of course, he keeps unloading on him. Obviously, he reloads. He's got to shoot him more. Look how many bullet holes are in this. Look how terrible his aim is. The back of this is riddled with bullet holes. Oh, but we're not done. So the car, it fucking explodes. It just explodes. He's just shooting the shit out of the car and it just explodes. Fucking physics is so hard. Oh, but we're not even at the dumbest part. We still got more. It still gets dumber. So the car explodes. Seagal ain't gonna stop. So he's still unloading. He's still fucking shooting he's still exploding the burning ashes of this car. But don't worry, because he just gets out. He just gets out of that car. He gets out of that car that just exploded. And Seagal has probably shot 50 fucking times. He just gets out. So now we get an amazing chase scene. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Yeah, this is the only time he's ever reloaded any of his movies. He goes up to this door, and look at this editing. What is this? He goes to this door, and then he's on the other side. So, yeah, fuck, so much of this stupid door. He's just pointing a gun at this door. He's just staring down this door. This door ain't getting away with shit with Seagal here. He's just standing there pointing his gun at the door. Because the other guy's over here, so he's pointing his gun at the door. And then they just start shooting. Somebody just starts shooting at some point, eventually. Oh, I must cut that out. Doesn't matter. Yeah, then they start shooting each other through the door, and there's a lot of running away and a lot of frames missing. That's going to give you headaches. So you don't want to see it. But yeah, he stares at that door for a long time. And then Seagal thinks he's poetic or something. He thought this would be a badass thing to throw in here.
All my life, I searched for a worthy adversary. Someone understands me. You are that one.
Why does he think this? Why does he think this? Seagal is just a lunatic that's just started shooting at him and chasing him. I don't even think he's told him he's a cop. He's just been chasing him down, shooting everybody. And I also like this frame, so we're going to stay here for a second. But yeah, he's just... What makes him a worthy adversary? He doesn't know his name. By the way, just so we know why this all started, it's because his lyrics, remember, his lyrics were something to do with a crime scene. So this would be literally the exact same thing as after the Manson family murders. Seagal just goes up and just starts unloading on Paul McCartney. Just sees Paul McCartney and just starts fucking trying to waste him. That is exactly what this is. There is nothing. He hasn't talked to the guy. All he knows is his lyrics for a song, which, you know, a lot of people could do a song. It could just been somebody that heard that song. Doesn't fucking matter. He's going to kill him. So, yeah, I think we've been on this long enough. Luckily, though, since he doesn't get the guy's name, luckily, he drops his wallet. He drops his wallet. What are the odds? Oh, man. Seagal and his police work. Fucking badass when the guy you're chasing just drops his wallet with his ID in it. Nice. And that's the girl. She's a stalker at this point. She's sleeping in Seagal's bed. Sleeping in Seagal's bed right now. Because she's not insane. Serial killer, of course, comes and kills her because this is a Seagal movie. Everybody has to get killed. And this is the other side plot they were going with her.
Wait. Jacob's DNA was found under the fingernails of the latest victim.
Apparently, they're trying to frame Seagal. So they're trying to make it seem like Seagal did all these murders, I guess. I mean, this could all be solved if Seagal had just told somebody where he's going, instead of just doing this all in secret. So yeah, they try and set it up, but don't worry, it doesn't go anywhere, and they just kind of drop that whole thing. So, but for like a 5-minute period, I think they're trying to set him up, or they want you to think he's being set up. Don't worry about it. And then he just happens to run into the guy. He runs into the guy at a bar because, you know, fucking great writing, that's why. And they get into a shootout, and innocent people just... First, why is he holding his gun? Oh, no, I gotta go back to that. Why is he holding his gun like that? Why does Seagal do things like this? Does he think that's how you hold a gun? Why is he holding his gun like that? But they get into a nice shootout. Of course, they can't ever hit each other. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, thank you, Tupac. I noticed that was $50. You're amazing. See, I like Tupac more than most of you guys. He gave me money. They get into a shootout, and of course, a bunch of innocent people die. And only innocent people die. That's great. And then he's telling these girls to leave. And he has to do it, you know, if you tell someone to get out of here, you got to point your gun at them and say, get out of here.
Yo, get outside, go on!
You can just tell them that, you got to point your gun at them. Whatever. Get the fuck out of here. And we get a fight scene where there's a lot of cuts, so I'm not going to show too much of it. Like I said, it gives people headaches. This part where I'm just showing you right now, this is 90% of his work in the fight scene. Most of it's body double, but everything else is this. That 1 second clip of him slightly walking, they show that over and over again. They cut it to make it look like he's actually doing something, but all the actual fighting is the body double. See, he was that walk, he has that walk again, he walks, sometimes they flip it. See, it's on the other side of him now. See, the poster's on the other side of him now. Like they think, oh, if I just mirror the image. But they do a fight scene, and they just use that part over and over again. They'll do a quick cut of him doing that little step forward, and then his body double beating. And whenever they try and show his face, that's all it is. Oh, and then we get patty cake. This is one of the first of his amazing patty cake era. He figures, hey, if I just add sound effects to this, it'll be badass, right? No, it's not. It's still really fucking stupid. It's just more insulting now. And then he throws him in this closet. You'll never believe what Seagal does when he throws him in the closet. Yeah, he walks up again. He does that same exact fucking walk because he's in the closet. Poor editor. I feel so bad for the editor of this movie. Oh my God, the editor of this movie. He was given a shit sandwich with nothing to work with, and he told him to make it work. Oh, that poor man. And now he comes home and sees the dead chick, which is supposed to be sad, but he's ignoring her the whole movie and talks like he does not give a slightest shit about her, so I don't know why this is supposed to be sad for him. And then we get this part. Yeah, you're...
You killed her to get to me.
Killed her to get to me. He's in your apartment. He already got to you. He didn't kill you to get to him. You could just waited in his apartment like he did do. Like, it has nothing to do with to get to you. I think just because she's a stalker and happened to be stalking him at the time, he probably should have told her to get the fuck out. But that's what you get. And this is obviously a million cuts. So I'm just going to skip to the amazing dialogue. And the slap.
Here comes, motherfucker! Here comes!
He braces up a lot. Here it comes. He gives him lots of warning that it's going to come. How did Seagal know it was coming? I don't get it. He only gave him like 10-second warning.
You killed me.
Is he talking to himself there? He's looking in the mirror and says, you killed me. Even Seagal's confused. And Seagal wrote it. Seagal doesn't even know what the fuck he just wrote. So I guess they're coming to arrest somebody. We don't know why they're there, why they're going. Their lights and sirens. Is this supposed to be we're coming after Seagal because we think he's a killer? Is this because of the fight that's happening? Nobody called them. They're just on their way. And he left him a note. So Seagal wrote him a stupid note.
Storm, I'm sorry about Celine. Billy Joe killed her.
Oh, well, there you go. Case closed. Case closed. You don't got to do anything. Case is fucking closed. He just said I ain't do it, so that case is closed. Moron.
He said Jacob booked Lazarus about 2 hours ago. He confessed to everything.
Oh yeah, so the guy confessed. So yeah, the whole plot where he's supposed to be, it's him. The guy just confesses. The other guy, the real killer, just confesses. So good thing, you know, that was really intense. Whew, I didn't know how he was gonna get out of that one. Fuck. And this, you guys know at this, I couldn't leave this out. He's back home. God damn it. So yeah, this is his family he's had this entire time. I've heard Russia. I don't know what language they're speaking. It sounds Eastern European. And I mean, it looks like a European license plate on that car. Yeah, the whole thing is pointless because he just confessed. That is 100% accurate. Okay. Seagal is a senior homicide detective in Memphis. That's going to take him like 15 years at least. Like, they don't just hire people out of the academy to be a homicide detective and the senior homicide detective. So he's been gone since before these kids were born. I don't understand how this is supposed to fit into anything or make sense. But yeah, that kid's probably 8 to 10. The older one is probably 10. The younger one's maybe 6. Of course, the wife is wearing a dress. Why wouldn't she be? But he throws something amazing that is a very Seagal. Man, I got to do this. This needs to be here. So the wife, he hugs the wife, and the nanny. He's checking out the nanny. He's eyeing the nanny while he's kissing his wife. Why would he throw that in there? Does he think that makes him great? Is that... What? Why? Why? Everything about a Seagal movie is like, why? That is very relatable. Everybody comes home to their smoking hot Russian wife who's wearing a dress, and then they have their hot nanny. Because he's a, Memphis homicide detective. Of course he can afford multiple homes, nannies, all this. He can afford all of it. And whatever that apartment was he lived in, I think apartment could have been a house. Who knows? I'm glad we got to see him checking out the nanny. Fucking Seagal, man. He's just eyeing her. Why would you include that? So the only thing that makes sense with the girl, like he's ignoring her because he has this wife, but this makes zero sense. How do they exist? And then if he's ignoring that lady because of the wife, why is he checking out the nanny? Why is he checking out the nanny then? Why? God damn. The rest of the movie is just a lot more of that. Those are like the lowlights, I guess you would call it. It's just more of that. It's just more of those cuts where they're just taking random frames out. And it's really, you can't tell what's going on because you can see how embarrassing it is. See, I get it when he just signs up for a movie just for quick money and he doesn't care, he doesn't want to be there. But when you're writing the entire movie and this is your movie, why does he half-ass it so much? Why does he make him deal with a half second of taking half a step and like, all right, well, that's all I'm doing for this fight scene. Make it fucking work. Oh, yeah, he definitely taps the nanny. Obviously. Because women just throw themselves at him because he's so damn hot. But, I mean, all the movies, because he's been sued for this, where he just shows up, makes massive changes to the script. That's why even if he doesn't write it, I still blame him for all the stupid shit that happens. Massive changes to the script and then leaves early. But this is his entire movie. Like, shouldn't he have some sort of desire to make this not be garbage? No, he doesn't, because he's the fucking worst. Oh, man, this fucking guy, dude. All right. Oh, God. Okay. What can we see? Are we watching me yet? There we go. All right. Enough of this. Enough of that. He's pissing me off. Oh, my God. God, he's so terrible. All right. Now to the questions. Don't worry. I'll do another movie next time. I gotta space the movies out a little bit. I can't just do a bunch of Seagal movies all at once. You guys, trust me, you guys don't actually want that. You really don't want that. Everything about Seagal is terrible. All right, let's see these questions we got. Let's get this formatted so it doesn't look terrible. I can actually pretend like I'm looking at you guys. I keep looking at chat thinking you guys can see that I'm looking at you. Like you guys exist in the chat. All right. Question for you, Space Ice, or a couple. So, longtime viewers know I love it when you tell me that there's a question before you ask the question instead of just asking the stupid question. You mentioned doing shows on your last live. Would you consider Cobra Kai? Yes, I would. That's actually perfect for doing a show. Something I look for is a lot of it's just not being too long. They don't have super long episodes. Trying to get a video out a week, I can't do something that's 25 hours long for a season. Or maybe here are 10 reasons why It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is so good. Probably not. I love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but for people that don't know, I don't like... Okay. I don't like just making comedies out of comedies and just reusing their jokes. Just setting the jokes up that already exist. That's terrible. I'm not going to do that. Which Seagal roast are you the most proud of? Ooh. I think it's Force of Execution. That's the one. I cannot post 2 videos a week. You have no idea. You have no idea how many hours it takes to do a video. 2 is not happening. The one I'm most proud of is Force of Execution. It just came together perfectly with Marcellus Wallace, Ving Rhames, trying to take over as the new Seagal body double. Everything just, it was amazing. And it just worked out so perfectly. Everything, Marcellus, Seagalis, it just came together so perfectly. That's such a good premise. I love it when I can get a good premise going through the whole thing. Blade as the fire marshal just kept working. It just kept working. That was a great one. I like the Resident Evil where the writer kept having things like was explained because like he was excited. He had some dinosaur chicken nuggies were ready. He was grumpy because he missed his nap. I like it when I can do those things and it makes sense to the whole video. All right. Were you aware there is a sequel to Samurai Cop? And will we see your take on it? I'm aware, but I probably won't do that because it's definitely self-aware and I think it's trying to be what the first one was. So I don't think it works the same when you're doing it on purpose. Yeah, Spaceballs is a parody. I don't like doing parodies of parodies. Is it just going to be like normal now? Is it going to turn into Star Wars if I do that? If Space Ice went to space, would he merely become ice? Thank you, Jordan Booth. No, that's stupid. That'd still be Space Ice. Pedro Law? Rob Schneider? Anyway, where is the shoot-em-up dude that asked for funds? Your grammar is atrocious, but I don't know. I think he lives in California. I want to ask how he got Monica Bellucci to star his movie. Okay, ask him. Okay. These questions are supposed to be for me, guys. It's Michael Davis is his name. If you want to ask him directly, that would be better than asking me. I'm not going to... Oh, you know what? Fine. If you guys want to send me a bunch of questions to ask him, I can do that for you guys. Because I think they're a member. Yeah, you guys should be members if you're not. Because if you're not a member, you're a loser. It costs money, but deal with it. User asks, how would you replace our current presidential candidates with one JCVD character and one Nicolas Cage character? Lay out their policies and fictional character vice presidential picks. We are not off to a great start. So this is ask me questions, not assign me essays. So I'm not going to be answering essays because that's not even a question. You're just ordering me to do something. If you mean how would I replace them, I don't have to do anything. If Van Damme and Nicolas Cage want to replace Trump and, I guess, Harris, who's going to stop them? Exactly. Zabaz, dear Mr. Space Ice, sir, how do you make the perfect pizza and with what toppings? Very good question. You never, ever use pineapple. That is number one. If you use pineapple, you're a terrible human being. Meatballs. Meatballs are the most underrated topping in general, especially on pizza. Thank you for that question. If you haven't had it, you should. Ethan Ranger. Why do you suffer fools like us? Because you're all I got. Trust me, I'd rather have, smarter, more well put together, able to form more coherent question followers, but this is what I got. Ninja Fox. Space Ice, who would win in a slap fight? Steven Seagal or Will Smith? Wow. Ooh, this is a good one. Will Smith's slap was very, I'll go feminine as the word I'll use for that. It's hard to do a masculine slap. You have to be like a Stockton slap or something. That's just pure disrespect. His was not good. And Steven Seagal's got a lot of practice. All his fights for the last 20 years have been slaps. But he's Seagal, so he's going to lose, so I guess Will Smith. Seagal just can't fucking win. Jonathan Sefik. What other content creators influenced your style? Very good question. Finally, a good question. I believe it's Vitas. If you look up the channel Vitas, their video called Seventh Element changed my life. Don't do it right now. But after this, look up Vitas Seventh Element, and you'll be a better person for it. Lord Vulcan. Wait, I thought Farkas was in love with Space Ice. He is in love with Space Ice. It's one of those love-hate relationships. He loves me, and I hate the fuck out of him. Not as much as Seagal. I like him more than Seagal. But that's it, yeah. I'm not even sure where this question came from. Did I say something about Scott Farkas not loving me? My God. Gareth Allen, how dare you? I'm not even going to repeat that question. Why'd that have to be the one I saw? G Sentinel. Oh, sorry. 245 Bryce. Is a kill switch why my spark plugs keep spitting? Thank you for the question, Bryce. No, it is not because of the kill switch. It's because you're not taking care of your shit, so the spark plugs have to. Get it together. You're embarrassing everybody. G Sentinel. Imagine you could go back in time and recast one character from a mega blockbuster hit movie. Who would it be and why? This is one of those questions I get at least twice every stream. It's going to be Seagal in Above the Law, and it's the same answer every time, hoping it starts a domino effect, and he's not in any other movies. Hopefully this just goes back in time. It's like the Killing Hitler thing, only this, we can all agree Seagal's worse. Oh, look at this. Dillasol 22. Did you check out the Ugandan movie, Who Killed Captain Alex? And if you did, what are your thoughts about doing a video on it? I did. I didn't see the whole movie, but my thoughts are fuck yeah. That's my only thought on that. Thank you, Dillasol. Ninja Nick, my question for next live stream. Okay, these are supposed to be for this live stream. If you had to teach mullet maintenance to the children, what would be your first piece of advice? All right, so I guess I'll try and keep that in mind for next live stream, although I'll probably forget. Remember, guys, this live stream, questions for me and the current live stream. A name I'm not even going to try. Where do we ask questions? Okay, that's easy. Just send an email to foiquestions@fbi.gov. That's where you send your questions. Thank you. TZ. What inspired your love of Seagal movies? You have seen them all. Do you inspire to have a sit-down slap fight with the sensational Seagal? It's not just me, but I see Scott Bakula. Quantum Leap. I know Scott Bakula. You don't have to tell me Quantum Leap. He was Lord of Illusion. He was Unnecessary Roughness. I know Scott Bakula. In Space Ice's chair, right? Okay, these are all three incoherent questions. I would say my love of Van Damme inspired my hatred of Seagal, if that's where you're going with this. I do not want to have a sit-down slap fight because I'm a male, so I don't do sit-down slap fights. I know Seagal does. I don't think I'd do a stand-up slap fight. I would do an actual fight. I mean, he's like 70. It'd be pretty bad if I couldn't beat a 70-year-old. I think I could. And does anyone else see Scott Bakula in this chair? I don't know what the fuck this means. No? Yeah. 71. Oh, thanks, True Scorpio. Okay. Way different. Way different. Nexus of a crisis. Will the 26-years old hot blonde love interest be too old for 56 years old Seagal, even if he did reject him in real life? You guys in these questions, get your spelling together. If not, will the whoopee cushion make yet another appearance? So I do love the whoopee cushion, but that's I think Contract to Kill. I don't want to overdo it because it actually fit organically within the story, the whoopee cushion. I mean, if I can work it in, I'd love to, but I don't want to just I hate reusing jokes. I hate reusing my own jokes. I'll see if I can work it in, though. Whoopee cushions are just hilarious. Bod. Have you ever been blown up? No, Bod. That's a great question, though. Thank you for that question. No. Jeff is not. Blank. Thank you, Jeff is not. You're a trooper. Jeff is one of my favorite. I think he's the one that keeps giving me all that money. He's awesome. Austin Tyler. This is the only channel, or even TV show for that matter, that makes me laugh out loud. Okay, this is a question. I'm going to read it anyways because I like it. Unfortunately, the comments and questions from the followers on these live streams are an insult to Space Ice's time and humor. This guy's roasting chat. I like this guy. Austin Tyler, you're my second favorite. Not as much as the guy that gives me a lot of money. I like him the most, but I like this guy second most because he's, man, maybe I don't understand what's happening this next event. Okay, if you're here, you can explain that. I have no idea what that means. Maybe I don't understand what's happening this next event. You know what? That's probably just chat again. Chat's just, they're terrible. G Sentinel, how does it feel knowing that you've probably done more for Steven Seagal's career than any other living being? Is this a murder joke, like he kills everybody? I'm not sure where you're going with that. How do you deal with the cognitive dissonance that must create? Okay, cognitive dissonance is how you deal with something. You don't deal with cognitive dissonance. This person's very confused. See, this is what Austin was talking about with the chat. Cognitive dissonance is when you're convinced that something you didn't want to happen, you did want to happen. So you don't have to deal with it. That's the beauty of it. Trend leader. Who's your favorite Spice Girl? Oh, God, they're all so terrible. This is a tough one. Reality Checkmate. Fury Road's an amazing movie. I don't know how people could not like that. It's the most ridiculous, insane, awesome movie. Yes, I genuinely love that movie. Who's my favorite Spice Girl? Sporty, I guess. Fuck it, I don't know. I don't know any of them. But we'll go Sporty. I'm assuming she's athletic, and I guarantee you she's not. We'll just pretend like she is. Agent Orange TV. And I think they're all super old, right? Are they still alive? If any of them died, that one. The dead one. Agent Orange TV. If you had the opportunity to voice Korrin from Dragon Ball, what would your line be? I have no idea who that is. I think Dragon Ball is a cartoon. I never was into that. For example, Goku, stop watching these terrible Seagal movies. He's got nothing to teach you than hand slapping. I guess that line then. I guess that would be the line. Did I answer the Spice Girl? I think the dead one, right? Is there a dead one? Let me know if there's a dead one. If not, Baby Posh, it's too much spice. Okay, sure. What inspired your mega blockbuster hit mullet? Again, people, you're getting the cause and effect backward. The mullet inspires. You don't inspire a mullet. Muhammad Rivas. Why me? Why always me? You're just a dick. Sorry, Muhammad. That's the truth. We all talk about you behind your back. Valdivia. Space Ice. I heard Seagal wanted to compete in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I believe it. But his stipulation was that he would need to compete sitting down, so they declined him. Is there any truth to this? It's close. They declined him because everybody hates him. They would boycott his product. He's a terrible human being and nobody wants to be around him. But that part's true. Bruce Willis. I think you had a question last time, right? I don't remember. All we did was confirm that this is the actual Bruce Willis. So you guys know Bruce Willis. He asks a lot of questions and he loves this channel. Seagal offers to take you to a bank. What type of bank are you hoping it will be and why? I know where you're going with this, Bruce. You want the blood bank thing. He never actually took that guy to the blood bank. That was just a lie. People thought... Well, chat, help me with this. When people say that line is cool, are they being ironic or do people actually think that line is cool about, I'll take you to the blood bank, Senator Trent? Does everyone think that's cool or is that just... Anyone? Fuck you, Clockwork Orange Cassidy. You're wrong. It's not cool. It's bullshit. What type of bank are you hoping it will not be and why? What kind of question is this? You want me to break down different kind of banks and what kind I like? Are there any good banks other than the money banks? They're all sperm bank. The answer to all of them is sperm bank because deal with it. Man, you guys in these questions. I think we had one good question and one solid burn on chat. I love that guy. If this guy's here, send me more questions that are burning chat. Heavy Cruiser, what's all this then? See? Did I not just call that? Literally just said the questions and then that. What's all this then? It's a surprise party that you're not invited to, Heavy. Fucking deal with it. Paul Grant, 666. Rob Schneider and Sensei Seagal versus Thor. Who wins? Rob Schneider and Seagal versus a Norse god. I don't know if you mean Chris Hemsworth or if you mean the actual Thor. But I mean, it's going to be him anyways. So no matter what question it is, it's not Seagal and Schneider. I would love to see them fight on the team, though. That would be the most embarrassing team. Oh, my God. Oh, hold on. Shuri Arf. What would a Neil Breen and Uwe Boll collaboration look like? It would be indistinguishable from any of their other movies. You would not be able to tell. When will we be blessed with Iron Eagle? Is that the Van Damme where he's a villain? Ooh, it might be a while. I refuse to believe he could be evil. He can't. He's Van Damme. All right, let's see what chat's got. Does chat got any good questions? I'm guessing not. Because Austin really, he knows what's up. All right, guys, let's get some good questions from you guys. Space Ice, why do we even live? If you're watching Seagal movies, is that even considered living? Pose that question back to chat. Oh my gosh, I can't see anything. Oh my gosh. Where you at, chat? Where you at? Where'd you go? Oh my gosh. There we go. How does Seagal stay so fit when he only eats carrots given to him by dictators? 'Cause I've tried a diet of fleeing from assault allegations carrot diet. He's just built different. He must have an amazing metabolism. Obviously, he spends all day, every day in the gym. Plus, they give him a shitload of carrots. You have not seen how many carrots that guy goes through. Thank you for that question, though. But yeah, just hard work and exercise. Dude guy, Space Ice, how do you feel about Mel Gibson? He makes amazing movies. I love his movies. Same thing everyone should feel about Mel Gibson. Space Ice, what is the correct way to wipe? Thank you, Florida man. I'm actually not surprised that Chad asks me this question. I'm assuming you mean what direction? Front to back, obviously. I guess. Is that the way you're asking? If you have any deeper questions than that, ask the Bruce Willis guy. He knows all about that. Oh my God. Space Ice. What part of Steven Seagal's body does his hair plugs originate from? Armpits. They just go through. It's terrible. Space Ice, how do you use the 3 seashells? Oh no, lost chat. What happened? Let's see if I can get chat back. I'll answer this. What is this? Sorry, I had a little computer issue and chat disappeared. Yeah, so the 3 seashells, you just wipe your ass with the seashells. It's simple. I don't know why people have an issue with that. Okay. I hope that helped you guys. I know people ask that way too much. Sharira Af, because Seagal is built different. Unfortunately, that's true. Tater Nubs, tell me you love us forever. I will lie to you guys if you want. I love you forever. It is a lie, though I don't. Remember, just that Austin guy and the one guy that just keeps pouring money. That guy's awesome. John is something. Oh, Space Ice, where is your ice? Oh, I still have it. Don't worry, I got the ice, and I know you guys were complaining about all the ice chewing. Thank you for reminding me so I can chew ice for you guys. Now I have to chew it before I can talk. Reality Checkmate asks, Space Ice, why do you hate us? I don't hate you, but have you seen the questions? Have you? Have you been paying attention? You must have just gotten here. I think it's very clear. Space Ice, did your mother know immediately after childbirth that she was giving birth to a legend? She still doesn't know. If you guys could tell her and like do that thing where they order a bunch of pizzas to the house, that would be great. Space Ice, how good is the music at the end of Commando? See, who asked why I hate you guys? Who asked that? Who asked that? This is what you get. It's good, yeah, okay, it's good. Space Ice. Is your legal name Space Ice? Yes, yes. That's another question I get 3 or 4 times a stream. Oh, speaking of questions I get a lot, but this is from a member, so I'm going to answer it because they give me money. Space Ice. Where did the spark plug spitting come from? Very good question. The lead character in Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, apparently when they were refixing up like a 70s Mustang or something, they never thought to check the spark plug, and then it kept spitting on them, and it was like, oh yeah, we probably should have checked this spark plug on this 30-something-year-old car. Yeah, they didn't, though. Space Ice, why is there a sticker at the bottom of your water bottle? Because when people give me gifts, they like to leave the price tag on it, so I can know just how much they love me. That's literally the reason. Also, I don't ever see the bottom because I'm the one drinking it. I see the top, so I didn't even know that was there. But I'm sure that's why. Space Ice, when are you doing the Vin Diesel mega blockbuster hit movie XXX? Ooh, that's a good question. That is right up there with Showdown in Little Tokyo, where when I'm trying to decide what movie, it's always like top 3 or 5, but I never actually choose it. It's like always number 2 or 3. But it's been on the list forever, so we'll see. Space Ice, why don't you run for presidency? You got my vote, and I'm not even American. Ooh, if I can get enough non-American people who can't vote to vote for me, I will absolutely do it. So I pose that challenge to chat. Get as many people who can't vote to vote for me, and I will announce my run. Space Ice, Vin Diesel versus Dolph Lundgren. I gotta go Dolph on that one. I find Vin Diesel to be a more likable Seagal, where he seems to have that insane ego and also be oblivious to how ridiculous it makes him look. But he's not nearly as hateable as Seagal. So I actually like Vin Diesel, but he's kind of a mini Seagal. If he turned into a dickhead, then he'd be a Seagal. He also doesn't kill innocent people, I don't think. But yeah, that's where I'm at on that. But I love Lundgren. He was Ivan Drago. Please, he's a legend. Justin asks, Space Ice, how can chat ask better questions? Very good question. They can be smarter. Mr. Space Ice, what intro theme song do you prefer? the A-Team or Magnum PI? There we go. Finally, a real question. Always Magnum PI. A-Team's good, but Magnum PI is an all-time great. Space Ice, did you just explain Kamala's strategy list 2024? Oh, you trying to get me into politics. You're funny. But probably, yeah. Jeff is not. Question, 78 Bandit Trans Am or 82 Knight Rider Trans Am as your daily driver? Side note, I'm America adjacent and would write you in. Are you talking about the car from Knight Rider? With Hasselhoff? I assume that's what you're talking about. On one hand, that car is badass. But on the other hand, I don't want my car talking to me. Like, it would be fucking annoying me. It'd probably be asking chat questions. So I guess the 78. Then I'll go with the 78. Jason Carter. Would you ever collab with Honest Trailers? Yeah, I'd probably collab with pretty much anyone if I had the time. Problem is I don't have time. So this Fury Road video, I finished it at like 5 a.m. that Friday. And that's pretty much all I do is work on the videos. So time to do other things just does not exist. I estimated once it was 40 to 60 hours for video. That is way under. Like I wake up, I start working on videos. I spend maybe an hour to 2 hours, 2 hours at most, usually about an hour with the family. But the rest is working on videos, and sometimes I don't get them done until right before they go up. So me doing more work is probably not going to happen. In fact, when I say probably not going to happen, that's a lie. It's definitely not going to happen. Thank you for the question, though. Some of these aren't questions, but they have question marks. You guys are learning. Space Ice, would you make a video of Zack Snyder movies? Oh, absolutely. He makes good-looking but terrible movies. That would work perfectly. That would work perfectly for Space Ice. Yeah. I'm trying to mix in some newer movies, as you've seen lately, with like the Fury Road and the Acolyte. Trying to get TV shows in there too. With some of the older, just trying to get a wider range. That's my goal right now. I'm finishing up the last Resident Evil right now, and then I'll look at what I'm going to do next. But yeah, definitely would do some newer things. Whoa, Space Ice, check out Olivier Gruner movies. Olivier Gruner? I don't know how to pronounce that. Van Damme's twin brother. I've seen Van Damme's twin brother. It's Van Damme. It's not this Olivia guy. Space Ice, I love the F out of cookies. Thank you for that. Thank you. Great question. Trying to find out actual questions, not just things you guys are saying with question marks after them. Oh, here we go. Gunsu. Hold on, did I miss a super chat? Space Ice, if you could make the ultimate action movie, who would be the stars and what would be the plot? I feel you guys already know. No, I'm going to save that for later. I'm going to save that one for later. I do have something to say about that I can't get into right now. So we'll go with, obviously, Nicolas Cage and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Obviously. And the plot is to go back in time and eliminate Steven Seagal movies from ever existing. And while they're doing that, they start surfing sometimes too, because surfing's pretty badass. And they win the X Games skateboarding too. So it's a bunch of fights. Does anybody not like that movie? Because I think I just made up an amazing movie. And anybody steals it, and I'm going to sue the shit out of you. Space Ice. Who is the wackiest character with no H? Roger Rabbit, Steven Seagal, or this chat? Wacky implies it's like good and funny, like kids would like it. This chat is far too inappropriate for kids. And obviously, Seagal is just terrible at everything. So I guess Roger Rabbit. Good question, though, Magnum. Ooh, Space Ice. What about the Crank movies? I think I talked about that a few times. My issue with the Crank movies is not getting age restricted. Because if you get a movie or video age restricted, you're not getting any views on it. It's going to kill it. And I don't want to be working an entire week doing nothing but making the video just for it to die instantly. That's why I haven't done The Last Blade. Because YouTube's been a pain in the ass about age restricting them, even though there's nothing in it that's worse than any of the other videos. Fucking YouTube. So basically, no, blame YouTube. Ventislav Tenev just gave me 3 BGNs. No idea what a BGN is, but thank you, sir. I appreciate the 3 BGNs. Space Ice, where's that silver YouTube trophy behind you? I'm not putting a silver YouTube trophy behind me. No, I hid that thing. Nobody will ever find it. And I scratched out my name so people won't know it was me. Space Ice, why is Rocky IV the best film of all time? We kind of went over it before. Ivan Drago's a big reason. Lots of punching in Ivan Drago. What more do you need? Oh. How about it 300? Yes, absolutely would do 300. I feel like that's rated R, isn't it? If I could get it past the YouTube censors, absolutely. It's the hard part. Space Ice. Which is the better movie? Samurai Cop or Judge Dredd? That's a good question. Assuming, yeah, because Dredd is the 2012. Judge Dredd is the 95. Not Seagal, Stallone. Samurai Cop makes me happier, just because it just makes me happier. And Judge Dredd has Rob Schneider, who I like Rob Schneider, but not in any movies. So, Samurai Cop. Space Ice, can you do the new Resident Evil Netflix movies and series? That's actually one of the ones I was going to look into. I heard the series was just terrible. And after I finished the last of the Mila movies, I was going to take a look at that. Hopefully I can. Yeah, that's actually one I was going to look at. I haven't actually seen it, so I don't know if it would work or not. But that's something I'm looking into. Bod, is there a god? And if so, what is the nature of Seagal? If you have seen Time Cop, you will know the answer to that. And the nature of Seagal is, I think he created him, Van Damme, of course, created him to, just for someone for us to laugh at. And how much joy does this bring people? It brings people so much joy. People love the Seagal videos. Just making fun of Seagal and how terrible he is has brought a lot of joy to this world. Thank you, Bod. Ooh, how do I pronounce this? Question. With today's political climate, would a UN appeal against Adam Sandler proliferating weapons of mass schneidering be misunderstood? No, it would be well understood. It would be a war crime, no matter what the reason is. I mean, Adam Sandler movies. How does he still make movies? Who watches those stupid movies? I thought they were okay as a kid, and as an adult, I can't. I think I tried watching one of his Netflix ones, and I didn't get more than a few minutes into it. Oh, my God. He's not as bad as Seagal, though, but he's pretty terrible. Are you Fujiyama? Yes, that's from Samurai Cop, where they just named the guy Fujiyama instead of just doing another take, where they didn't flub his name. Space Ice, Flight of the Navigator, or Explorers? I don't know what you mean by Explorers. Is Flight of the Navigator, is that the one with the kid? He gets the alien spaceship? We'll go with that one. Space Ice, Fifth Element, or Waterworld? That's a good question. I like Fifth Element. I love Fifth Element. Waterworld I haven't seen since I was a kid. I do like Kevin Costner. His movies are really cheesy, but I still like them. Steven Seagal's here again? God damn it, dude. Seagal, go away. Stop invading the chat. I'll go Fifth Element, because I know that's great. Waterworld, I remember thinking it was kind of weird, but I was a kid. And I found I'm able to appreciate 90s movies better as an adult than I ever did as a kid. But I'll be safe and say Fifth Element. It's got Bruce Willis in his prime. It's Mila not in a terrible movie. I'll go with that. Plus, I don't know if you saw, but Van Damme is in the end of that movie, so definitely that. Devil Dog. Have you had any videos taken down? No. I want to say a long time ago there was one taken down, but it got reinstated. You do the thing where you tell them, all right, fucker, if you're going to strike me, sue me then. If they don't sue you, they put it back up. I don't remember what video that was, but that was before my channel was big, so I don't even remember. I don't even remember the video. Every now and then I'll get a claim, and I fight every single time, and I've never gotten a strike since. It's really hard to claim my videos aren't transformative. That's a big part of it. Like, one of the reasons you don't get the exact story is that helps me out copyright-wise. Like, it's not a replacement for the video or the actual movie. But yeah, I'm not afraid of any of that. I will fight all of those, and there's no way they're going to sue me and lose. They would definitely lose. Venice Leftenev. Love your content on those appalling movies for Seagal. Laughing a lot. Thanks. Oh, you are welcome. That's 10 BGNs. Wow, I don't know who gave me 3 before, but this guy's making you look bad. All right, looking at questions. Oh, Space, I would love to interview Seagal. Oh my God, I would love to interview Seagal. There's no way he would ever agree to it. My questions would mostly be about the plots of his movies. Asking him, what the fuck is this? Where were you going with this? What was this supposed to be? I doubt he remembers them, but man, I would just dig into him asking all these inconsistencies and stupid things in his movies. I think that would be amazing. Space Ice, could you possibly do one about Mila Jovovich as the messenger? If that's the movie name, I've never heard of it, so possibly. Space Ice, what's the first Seagal movie you watch? If you meant in my life, I have no idea. Probably Under Siege. Maybe Above the Law. I don't know. I've been too young to remember back then. Under Siege is the only one that people agree isn't the worst thing, and that's because of Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey and the cake lady, whatever her name is, Erica something. Derek Do. What was your MOS? I was not military, sir. I just know a lot more about the military than Seagal does in his terrible movies. Jesus. Colonel in the Navy Reserves. What a fucking moron. Oh, God. Yeah, it was not military. Space Ice, Jackie Chan or Jet Li? Definitely Jackie Chan. I mean, Jet Li is good. I know a lot of people got mad when I called, what's his name? Ip Man guy, Donnie Yen. When I called him, like, Dollar Store Jackie Chan or something. But I'm sorry, Jackie Chan, his fight scenes, I think because he did gymnastics, they're just so entertaining. They are just so entertaining. They might not, definitely not accurate, I'm sure, and he probably isn't the greatest fighter for real, but man, him doing all those stunts and all that crazy shit he does is so entertaining. So I'd say his actual fight scenes out of Van Damme would probably be Jackie Chan. They are just amazing. That Drunken Master 2, if you haven't seen that, it is incredible. Don't watch any of the actual plot. It's worse than like a porn movie. The plot is just, it makes me mad. It's so bad. But the fight scenes are just so amazing. Ooh. Chance Bordeaux versus Cameron Poe. Mullets only. Who wins? From Jason Carter. Finally, this guy's redeeming you, chat. This is a question. Cameron Poe, and he's got an amazing mullet. So this one, I gotta go with Chance Bordeaux. Obviously, that's Van Damme from Hard Target. Cameron Poe is Nicolas Cage from Con Air, because I know that's real. He had his mullet phase. He had a mullet for multiple movies. Cameron Poe, I don't know if that's even his real hair. I want to say he went from Con Air to Face Off like weeks apart. I don't remember which was first, but obviously if he went from Face Off to Con Air, there's no way he grew a mullet in 2 weeks, although he's Nicolas Cage, so he fucking could if he wanted to. But he probably didn't. So I'm going to go with Bordeaux on that one, because I know for a fact it's real. Ooh, Space Ice. Would you please do a video on Flashdance or Howard the Duck? Howard the Duck seems much more likely. I am trying to try out new things to see how they work. That's why I did the Acolyte. So maybe Flashdance. Who knows? Maybe I'll do Flashdance. Maybe they'll turn into like a dance channel. Ooh, Space Ice. What would you do if you were having sleep paralysis and Seagal was your paralysis demon? It's Seagal, so I'd still probably beat his ass. Thank you for the question, though. Jeff is not. Statement heard target. Good statement. Plus, that's the guy that gives so much money, so yeah, he gets his thing read. Ooh, Dread versus Dread. I don't know what you're asking, but yeah, sure. I already read that question, sorry. Pentelway, did you see Gojira perform at the Olympics, Space Ice? I have no idea who Gojira is, and no, I have not seen anything at the Olympics. Sorry. I was too busy making videos for you guys to not be appreciative of. Space Ice, What would you do if you one day woke up with Steven Seagal's hair? Don't even joke about that. I know this is a hypothetical, but don't even joke about that. I feel like his hair is controlling him at this point. I would try to shave it. It would probably murder me, but still, I'm not going to live with that hair. So I'll take one for the team. I'll shave it and probably die. Thank you. Oh, man, Autistic Wolf. Attack Force or Rumble in the Bronx? Tough call. Rumble in the Bronx is, of course, Jackie Chan. I think that was one of his first big, like, America movies. Like, I don't think it was made first, but it was, like, released here first. And then, again, I don't remember anything about the story. I just remember him going through, like, a warehouse or something. And, oh, that's an amazing movie. Yeah, Rumble in the Bronx all day. Empire Strikes Back or Terminator 2? This should be a good question, but it's not. So I don't love Star Wars, which is another reason I wanted to do the Acolyte. Because it seems like a bunch of people who are super invested in the Star Wars. And I'm not. I don't hate it, but I don't know much about it. I've seen the movies probably at least once. The newer ones, not once. Empire Strikes Back is a legitimately good movie. Everyone should agree to that. Terminator 2 is an all-time, probably top 3 movie ever made. It's Terminator 2 all day, every day. Even if you're a Star Wars fan, you should agree with that, or nobody can take you seriously. Thank you for the question, though. I want to do Terminator 2, but people seem to not really appreciate those best movies ever. You guys are assholes. I'm still going to do them, but I'll probably be more of the bad movies or worst movies ever. But God, I want to do that movie. It's such a good movie. Did I answer all this? Okay. The Rock or Con Air? Amazing question. They are so good. I'm not going to do a tie because it's bullshit when people answer that. Like, if someone asks someone their favorite child and they don't answer, fuck those people. Con Air, just by a little bit. The Rock has so much amazingness. You have Sean Connery being awesome. You even have the villain. The villain's amazing. Ed Harris. Ed Harris is amazing in that movie as the villain. You actually respect him. God, that's such a good movie. I love The Rock. But Con Air is just Nicolas Cage at his Nicolas Cageiest. I gotta go Con Air. God, that is an amazing second place for that The Rock and that. Oh God, I want to go watch both of those right now. God damn, those are good movies. I love when you guys make me happy by good movies, not Johnny Dangerously or Better Off Dead. I don't remember Johnny Dangerously. Better Off Dead. John Cusack is... I don't really like John Cusack for some reason. He annoys me. He annoyed me in Con Air. I heard he went crazy recently. I don't really know much. I just heard he's kind of went a little crazy. So, Johnny Dangerously. We'll go with that. Do you really hate Rob Schneiderer? And if so, are there any movies from him you like? I don't hate Rob Schneider. I love Knockoff. His movie with Van Damme is a great movie. He whips Van Damme, and he betrays Van Damme. I don't know why I had to bring that up, which always pisses me off. As a person, I don't hate him. I don't know him as a person. I've always heard he's a great guy. Like Seagal, I've never heard anyone say he's a great guy. Everyone says he's a piece of shit. But yeah, I just hate his movies outside of Knockoff. I don't know why they decided, hey, let's throw him in a bunch of action movies in the 90s. Whose idea was that? Space Ice, Neil Breen, or Tommy Wiseau. I think that's how you pronounce that name. Neil Breen. He's just a lot more prolific. And people that say Neil Breen is doing this on purpose, they don't realize he's been making movies for a long time. His first movie came out... When was that first movie? Let me see. Was it Double Down? That movie came out a long time ago. What was that? No. There's another movie named Double Down, apparently. Why would anyone care about that? So, 2007. So he's been making movies for 17 years. He just kind of got famous in the last couple years for being so bad. There is no way this is on purpose if he's been doing it for 17 years. And they've been getting worse. They are just so bad, they're entertaining. I haven't actually finished The Room. I was going to do a video on it, but I was like 10 minutes in, and we're on the third love scene. And I was like, okay, this isn't a real movie. At least Neil Breen has a bunch of nonsense. This is just a bunch of stuff I can't even use. I can't just use love scenes. YouTube won't let me do that. And plus, I think he's aware now that people hate his stuff, and he's only famous because he's bad. I think he was the villain in Samurai Cop 2, I've heard. So he's self-aware now. Breen is just too oblivious to ever be self-aware. I don't know how he gets through life. I would love to see him just doing at like a grocery store or something. Like Neil Breen buys groceries. Just how he doesn't get anything. Him try to use like the self-checkout would just be hilarious. Space Ice. Were you not here earlier? Who would win a slappity-slap contest? Steven Seagal or Jeff Speakman? Now, Seagal invented the slappity-slap, but still, he's gonna lose because fuck him, so Jeff Speakman. Space Ice movie, yes, please, please, Space Ice movie. Give it time, John. Give it time. I need more Space Ice content. Really helps work go by faster. Well, I'm doing streams now, so that's like twice the content. Even more, because these are like an hour and a half long. First one was over 3 hours because I lost count of time and everyone just loves me so much. But yeah, that's a lot more content. You get the 12-minute videos, and then you get the live streams. Space Ice, bees or snakes? I assume this is the snakes is a reference to Hard Target, and bees is Nicolas Cage, Wicker Man. Bees is also the beekeeper. Came up a lot in that movie. I feel like they took that metaphor about the beehive and they're just like, all right, we're gonna base the whole movie around the stupid metaphor. And snakes, Van Damme did knock one out with a punch, but he can knock anyone out with a punch. We'll go bees. If we're talking about one of each, then the snake, but bees, they swarm you. What are you gonna do against a swarm? If you don't have like a flamethrower, you're fucked. Space Ice, space cream, or ice cream? I don't know what space cream is, so we'll go ice cream. Oh, there was a question I forgot. I don't know what it put there. It was from like a member, so I got to answer it. I forgot who your name is, so if you're in here, I'm sorry. It was something about Steven Seagal is going to fight you. What ice cream do you give him? What flavor ice cream? Yeah, I know I butchered the question. Fucking deal with it. For that one, chocolate's the easy answer, but for Seagal, the one he would prefer is probably baby. He loves the taste of baby, so if there's a baby-flavored ice cream, that's the one he would choose. Thank you for that question, whatever your name is. I already closed the questions thing, so I have no idea what your name is. But yeah, I just remembered that because that was like the first question yet. I didn't read it for some reason. Oh well. Did Space Ice do Face Off? Yes, true, I did. There is a search function that you can just search. You can just go to the channel and search Face Off. But yes, I've done it twice. But yeah, I'll probably do it again because it's fucking Face Off. Jesse Isaac, what does the name Space Ice mean? Well, my last name is Ice. My parents thought space was awesome. I don't know, because it was the 80s, so they thought, outer space is cool now. So they went with space. So that's how I got the name. Space Ice, how BS is Steven Seagal, and what nickname are you gonna call him? I like just calling him Seagal, no matter who he plays, what his role is, just Seagal. I mean, he's the same person in every movie, so... Plus, Seagal is already an insult. I've already turned it into an adjective and an adverb. He's always Seagal and shit, so it's also a verb. So, just Seagal. My goal is so everyone recognizes that Seagal is a nickname. It's a mocking name of it, all in its own. Oh, boy. Super delicious pseudonym. That's spelled just all fucked up. What was the Steven Seagal movie where he was in the Navy and someone spit in his soup and he slap-fighted the whole ship because of it? I'm guessing Under Siege. Somebody spit in his soup in that movie? I remember he was making soup. Oh yeah, Steven Seagal is here if you guys haven't noticed. Hi, I am okay. I am zero BS. Fucking that guy, man. Space Ice, are you related to Vanilla Ice? Fuck no, I'm not related to Vanilla Ice. Come on, that's insulting. Did Space Ice do Braveheart? Not yet, no. No. But if someone says they don't like Braveheart, they are full of shit. Or they're English. Either way, nobody cares what they think. Space Ice, do you think Van Damme is nice as a person, unlike Steven Seagal? Of course he is. Everyone always loves Van Damme. I've never heard anyone say Van Damme's an asshole, except for obviously Seagal, but who fucking cares what he says? Yes, Van Damme's awesome. Space Ice versus Ice Cube. Who would win? Oh, that's a good question. Are we talking about a fight? Because me. Now, if we're talking about a rap battle, then I fucking smoke him. If we're talking about doing terrible movies with little kids for some reason, doesn't he have like a nanny movie or something? Yeah, then I guess him. But if I did the movie, it would be awesome. I would not do some little... Didn't he have like a pacifier type movie like Vin Diesel had? I feel like he did, and it didn't do well. So, just me on everything. Yeah. Space Ice. Ice, are you going to be in the next combat game? And if yes, will Seagal also be? Amazing grammar you have there, Cepedo. They can't afford me, and they don't want Seagal. So, unfortunately, no to both of those. Space Ice, did you do a video on The Patriot? The Mel Gibson version. Bad news for you. There's only one version of The Patriot now. Seagal's version was so bad that he erased the actual good version, where he stabs a guy with the American flag. Sorry. Get used to it. Seagal destroys beautiful things. Space Ice. Who is your favorite movie villain? I'll assume it's Chong Li for now. Have you never seen The Replicant? I'll take it you've never seen The Replicant. The Replicant has the best villain. Space Ice. What cult would you be a member of? These are amazing questions. Jonestown, I guess. I don't fucking know. How do you pronounce your name? Supercilious pseudonym? Did you see the somewhat recent Volvo semi-truck commercial Van Damme did? It was badass AF. I don't think it was that recent, but yeah. It was like on the Super Bowl or something, doing the splits. And he really did that too. What actually happened, the semi-trucks are driving straight, and he pushed them apart with his legs. He's so strong. They were going like 80. It wasn't even supposed to be a commercial. They just happened to catch it on film, and they're like, fuck it, let's put this in the Super Bowl. And it won like every award. Space Ice, do you believe in Joe Hendry? I have no idea what that is, so no. Autistic Wolf, Van Damme and Seagal fight. How fast would fuck you, Autistic Wolf? Fuck you. I know you give me money. Thank you, but fuck you. Space Ice, can you provide me with a lock of your hair? No, weirdo. Try to make Space Ice clones. I'm not going to fall for that again. Space Ice, Mandy 2018 starring Nick Cage. That's not a question. It's a movie, and yes, I've already done that movie. My favorite is when not only you yelling out movie names as questions, but they're movies I've already done. Again, there's a search function. You can just search for movie titles and see if it's there. Space Ice. If one succeeds at failing, what outcome is achieved? Oh, you're probably asking about the guy trying to be like Seagal, but he was awesome, so he succeeded but failed because he's trying to be like Seagal, and you can't be awesome as Seagal. I'm going to call that's going to be a success, because even though he wanted to be like Seagal, you're always better off not being like Seagal. So a success. We'll go with success. Space Ice, Voodoo Doll, LOL. Yeah, okay. That's not going to make me want to do it. I want a fucking voodoo doll of me out there. PY, I'm not even going to dignify that by reading the question. Jason Carter, Seagal versus the late Stephen Hawkins. I think you mean Stephen Hawking? Who sat longer? Nice. I like that question. We'll go. I want Seagal to ever win anything. So we'll go. I assume you mean Hawking. Hawking sat longer and better and had better posture. And his teeth weren't as weird. Space Ice. Is there Space Ice Nuggets? Yes. There's a whole brand of children's food out there. Space Ice Nuggets, Space Ice Corn Dogs. They're all out there. Space Ice, have you always used the voice since you were a kid, or find it later? It just hit me one day. Kind of like in was it Back to the Future? And they're driving, they hit 88 miles per hour. That's kind of what happened. Just got struck by lightning and the voice came out. So that's my superhero power. Space Ice or Black Ice? Oh, you're the same one that asked that question earlier. I didn't even want to read. We'll go Space Ice. I don't like your questions, PY. They seem like they're vaguely getting to inappropriateness. Space Ice, Tombstone, or Unforgiven? So I've had this question before, but it is Tombstone. Unforgiven is amazing. Clint Eastwood's an amazing actor. But Tombstone has Kurt Russell, and Kurt Russell's not even the best character in that movie. If you have a movie where Kurt Russell's not the best character, it's a great fucking movie. You have Val Kilmer just completely stealing it. You have Sam Elliott who talks. And any movie where you hear that beautiful voice is a good movie. There's so much good about Tombstone. Space Ice, did you cry while watching the end of La Bamba? Oh, that's the guy that dies with Buddy Holly in the plane? No, I didn't crash. I didn't cry. No. I was a kid, didn't really understand what was happening. Just that he died in a plane crash. And that song was super catchy. So, yeah, no, I didn't cry. I'm the man. The only time I cried was when, in Knockoff, I already talked about this, when Van Damme got betrayed by Schneider, who was actually CIA the whole time. And you can just see the pain in Van Damme's eyes. I can't watch that. I can't even think about that. Edward Reyes, have you ever thought about doing a comparison vid on how Bruce Lee is better than Chuck Norris, with all the memes treating Norris like a god? Meanwhile, Lee is unquestionably superior. Much love, brother. I have not thought about that. That's actually a good contest, though, Lee against Norris. I think Lee, he was a great action star, but I think dying young puts him above where he should be in people's minds. Kind of like he's better than Nirvana, but kind of like the Nirvana effect, where people are like, oh yeah, Nirvana's an all-time great, but fuck Nirvana. All their songs sound alike, and they're all overplayed. But, Lee's legitimately good. I have to watch more of the Chuck Norris movies. I know he's an actual martial artist, unlike Seagal. I think he won, like, a bunch of world championships in, like, karate or something. But that's not a bad idea for a movie or a video. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of comedy in doing, like, a close match. Usually most of my videos are blowouts. But you never know. It is all just based on being objective fact. So it just kind of turned out that way. James the Zenial, Iceman, which line is more badass? You gonna do something or just stand there and bleed? Or, for me, it was Tuesday. Ooh, hoo, hoo. I like that it was Tuesday because she's telling about how her dad was massacred. And he's telling her, I don't give a fuck. You don't matter to me. So I got to go with that. Rod Julia was great. We'll go with that. It's a good one. Those are two good quotes, though. Question, Anna Nicole Smith or Seagal's leading ladies? Who was the bigger Schneider? I think you're talking about Anna Nicole Smith. She married like a billionaire who was like 100 years old. I gotta go with her. Could you imagine Seagal's leading lady? You're Seagal. Like that is bad. She at least had a billionaire who died. Obviously he was gonna die. I don't know if you've seen this picture. I don't know how old he was, but he looked like George Burns, like after George Burns died. That's how he looked while he was still alive. She is way smarter. She's dead too, but I think she got a lot of that money. Like the family tried to fight her for it. Hey, he died happy. Mr. Nagari, Space Ice, how did Steven Seagal get his hairline back progressively in every next movie? My God. I'm going to assume you're not, English isn't your first language. I'm pretty sure that it's not real. So that's the answer. They're not real. They don't even look real. I don't know what they look like. They don't look like hair even. Like I don't know why you get fake hair that doesn't even look like hair. But he did. Dillasol 22. Now the question for Space Ice. Okay. Just paying to ask the crazies in the comments to rub those two brain cells together and not say unhinged stuff, please. No one likes a bad heckler. Maybe I haven't seen it. It's all been all right. I don't know if people are being assholes. I'm just not seeing it. There's a lot of chat. But I appreciate, a lot of people are, they could be smarter. Plus, you gave me $10, so I'm going to agree with you. Yeah, what Dilla said. Oh, here we go. Space Ice, Xena the Warrior Princess, or Lilu Dallas? Ooh, is her last name Dallas now? Did they get married? I'm going to go Xena. I like Lilu. She was good in Fifth Element, but Xena has a much larger body of work. I think she was even in what was it, The Evil Dead? They had like a show, like an Evil Dead show with Bruce Campbell for a while, and she was in it. So I'll go with her. I don't know if she's done crazy bad things like Resident Evil, but we'll go with her. Shariah, is that how you pronounce that name? You've asked a few things. What do you think Seagal's problem is with cakes, cookies, and birthdays? Is it just his love for healthy eating habits? He loves his nutrition, taking care of himself, and he loves things that will attract children. So all those accomplish all of that. Thank you for the question. Let me make sure I didn't miss any of these super chats. Okay. I think I'm caught up. Oh my God. This person needed help. Space Ice. Does the fact that until I found your channel, I believe Steven Seagal was an action hero disqualify me from subscribing? It should, but if you subscribe and then join in the membership and then give a bunch of super chats, I'll forgive you. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned the whole channel membership thing. I probably should. I usually mention at the very end. Like, people are going to watch hours long to hear that nice advertisement, but basically you get to use sweet emojis, and whenever I'm done with the videos, they go up. I don't have to care about like algorithm nonsense, so they just go up whenever the videos are done, so you get them a little earlier. And they have like spark plug emojis. Someone can do a spark plug emoji, show off how awesome you are. I feel like I forgot where I was going with that, but whatever. Gunsu asks, if Jean-Claude started an infinite roundhouse kick in the opposite direction of the spin of the Earth, what would happen? Probably the destruction of the universe as we know it. Yeah, so let's hope he doesn't do that. Hopefully Schneider knocks his shit off and doesn't betray him one more time. Thank you for that question. Reality Checkmate. Can you beat up Mr. Beast? Fuck yeah, I can beat up Mr. Beast. Oh man, that wouldn't even be close. Open challenge right now if he's out there. I will fight him. I'm going to try and fight that, what's his name? Pitch Meetings guy for ripping me off. I'm still pissed about that. Totally steals my movies. Did you see him doing Fury Road? Yeah, I guess he's working on that. He's going to have it out soon. Fucking piece of shit, dude. Seagal versus Breen in a street race. Now, in their cars, I mean, I think Breen's got a Ferrari, and Seagal, I don't know, probably a little pedo van or something if I know Seagal. So we'll go Breen. Also, Seagal's not allowed to win anything. And that's not my doing, that's God's doing. Space Ice versus PewDiePie, is that how you pronounce that? In a bar fight. I'm going to go me. I know little about him, but isn't he like Swedish or something? So yeah, definitely me. Just based on that. There we go, Ryan George is his name, that's right. Yeah, but he's been ducking me. I've been trying to fight him, but he's scared. Seagal's ponytail help him with his no-aim shooting. I think just really hardworking editors help him with his no-aim shooting. I'm guessing he just hits whatever he hits, people die, and the editor has to try and make it work. Who would... Oh, I think I already answered the... Who would be victorious in a fistfight? You must have just got here, Joner Games. Me or Seagal? Obviously me. Seagal can't... I don't know if he can close his fist. That's why he slaps. I think that's all he can do. But yeah, me. I'll beat Seagal at everything. Ooh. Space Ice. Arnold versus Sylvester in a boxing match with guns. Who wins? Is it really a boxing match if you have guns? Assuming Stallone doesn't try and box, then I would probably go Stallone. He seems to have kept himself in the better shape. If he tries to box while Arnold uses his gun, I'm going Arnold. I think Arnold's got some weird thing about guns now, too. I don't know what happened to him. What was it? Collateral Damage? Like, he refused to use guns in that movie. So that's why he doesn't. That's why he's a firefighter, and even though he takes guns off people, he just throws it on the ground. Yeah, so I'll go Stallone. I think he's into boxing. I think he likes boxing, has probably done some boxing. Obviously, he's not a professional, but he's probably decent. I'm trying to look at... Oh, yeah, if they have that cool guy with sunglasses and a mullet, So I don't wear sunglasses. I was going to, but right before I started streaming, the whole Dr. Disrespect thing happened, and I'm not trying to be like him, but I figured if I had sunglasses, people would definitely think I am. So I went without the sunglasses. Just a little story for you, but a little bit. I told him at some point, I like the Dark Souls games, Sweaty Socks. That's mostly what I do. That and a few sports. I don't do it like I used to. But, you know, a little bit here and there. Beretta 92 or Glock 17 from Daniel Heron. Glock 17. Yeah, easy call. Space Ice. Who would win a cookie eating contest? Steven Seagal or Xi Jinping? I know the Winnie the Pooh dude from China. Man, Seagal loves cookies. He loves the fuck out of cookies. But he's Seagal, so of course he loses. So yeah, Xi Jinping. Yeah, Winnie Pooh guy. I don't care. I'll call him Winnie the Pooh. I know he hates that. Which is why. Why would you hate that? One, he does look like Winnie the Pooh. And two, people love Winnie the Pooh. What an asshole. Justice gives me 14 czars. I don't know what a czar is, but thank you, Justice. Solo 1996. Best movie ever. Video anytime soon. Is that like a climbing movie? Right? That's not the Han Solo movie that failed a few years ago? I don't think I've seen that. I think it is a climbing movie. But probably not soon. I'd have to watch it. And I have like a lot on my list already. But it's not, I'm not saying no to it. So maybe. You did give me 14 czars, so I'll pretend like I'm going to. Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. Space Ice, will you do a review of the Danny Trejo and Danny Glover badass movies? Are they in a movie together? I'm trying to think. Danny Glover, Predator 2, obviously Lethal Weapons. Yeah, I'll probably do the Lethal Weapons. Danny Trejo, oh yeah. He can fill up a whole best movie and worst movie ever list. So yeah, Danny Trejo will definitely be coming at some point. I already did a couple movies with him. Machete, obviously, it's got that nice Seagal death that people love. Oh, I hate this stupid top chat thing. I can't tell what's new there. All right. Seeing what's questions. Because a lot of people will ask questions and you won't put question marks, and people will just do statements with question marks. You guys make it so hard on me. Pork chop. Who wins, Steven Seagal or diabetes? We all know the answer to that. Obviously, Seagal can't win, and he's not going to beat a disease like diabetes. Come on. Daniel Heron, you pick T2 over Empire any fucking day, and a Glock over a Beretta. Yep, sure did. What the what, dude? Because I know what I'm talking about of both of those. I mean, the Glock versus the Beretta is not nearly as wide of a gap as the T2 over Empire. Like I said, Empire is a good movie, but even if you're a Star Wars fanatic, you're lying if you say it's better than T2. You're just lying. Oh, here we go. Space Ice, Platoon, or Full Metal Jacket? Full Metal Jacket. The first half with the boot camp and Arlie Ermy, oh man, that is just gold. The second half just falls apart. I don't really care about it. But that first half, if they just ended it after Gomer Pyle shoots himself, it would definitely be Full Metal Jacket. Platoon's great all the way through. So I'd say Full Metal Jacket for the first half, but full movie Platoon. Good question, though. Space Ice, which do you truly prefer, space or ice? Well, space is the first name, ice is the last name. That's a weird question. Do you prefer your first or your last name? I don't know how to answer that, so I'll just go with ice. Like I said, I hate it when people don't answer questions or go with ties. I will never do that. Oh, reality checkmate. Star Wars or Star Trek? I haven't seen a lot of Star Trek. I don't know much about it. But I do know Star Wars gave us The Acolyte, and I did have to watch that, so Star Trek. Easy. Easy call, not even close. Space Ice or Paceballs? It's the same guy, man. Well, go with me. I like myself better than this thing you made up. Hi. Fuck you, Randy. Questions with a... It's not a question. R-Man, this is what you look like. And that's a question? It looks like a statement. No, it's not what I look like. How about that? Oh, I see you, Doomy McDoomface. Getting funny here. Paper or plastic? Oh. Kids today don't even understand that question. And it used to be you're supposed to pick plastic for the environment. Now you're supposed to go paper for the environment. Fuck, people are stupid. Oh, here we go. Forrest Gump or Pulp Fiction? Pulp Fiction. I like Forrest Gump, but Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction still resonates today. That is a great movie. Who still quotes Forrest Gump unless they say Jenny in a stupid way? And nobody ever quotes Forrest Gump or Run, Forrest. Nobody even says that. Fucking Pulp Fiction. All day, every day. Space Ice. Who does the funniest Seagal impression? I think it's Nick Mullins. Is that the quarterback? Sure, the quarterback guy. He does it. He does it the best. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, we got Fat Albert here. Space Ice. Could you do me a solid and do a video from Tony Jaa's movie, The Protector of Ongbak, either or? I might do that. Probably not going to dedicate an entire week of my life to you. I don't know you, so I might do it, but it won't be for you if I do. So I don't know why I felt the need to bring you down, but deal with it. David Robert. Have watched Jason Brandt's So Bad It's Good Steven Seagal watch-alongs. They're just as funny as your Seagal reviews. I haven't seen like a full of them. I probably should. So I try not to watch anything on a movie I haven't done yet. That's going to throw me off. I don't want to feel like I'm taking someone else's jokes. So if I see something and then like, crap, now I can't even make fun of that because I don't know if I came up with it or they came up with it. And it's just one of those weird things I have. So if people tell me a joke to use, I can never use it. But no, I haven't watched the full one. I think I gave them like $10 on the super chat one day just because I happened to see that they were live while I was doing something. And I know we have a lot of crossover audience. But no, I haven't seen the full one. I probably should. At least of the ones I've already done. Space Ice. Where did you get that bodacious shirt, brah? Amazon. Where you get everything. I would leave the house and go to the store, but I can't because I'm working all day on videos for you guys, so you can complain that I do enough videos for you. Space Ice. Oh, I already answered this. In Living Color or SNL? Ooh, that's actually a good question. So In Living Color had the advantage of ending before it went to complete shit. But SNL had some really gold years. SNL. So I'd say In Living Color has a higher average. SNL, probably just because of its peak, it was better. Oh, but man, it's so shitty now. Like, they're not even jokes anymore. I tried watching and I just can't. I'll go In Living Color, fuck it. So like I keep saying, I'm not going to give you a non-answer. Space Ice, which is better, watching all the Seagal movies to do his reviews or acting in his movies? If you mean his acting, then that's way worse. If you mean other people acting, then yeah, they're worse too, because they have to be around him. Or I guess his body double mostly. If you saw the video earlier for Kill Switch, he takes a step, and then the editor just has to fucking deal with it. Magnad Volkis, Space Ice. What was the best show, A-Team or Airwolf? Oh, so you have Mr. T, and you have a helicopter that goes super fast. I'm going to go Airwolf. Yeah, I mean, I like Mr. T, but he was the only part of that show that I really cared for. And the plan always comes together guy, whatever. But no, I want a helicopter. I want a show where there's something stupid that just solves every problem. Like gummy bears with their gummy juice. Thunder in Paradise with that sweet boat. Somehow these things, we won't use them till the very end, but they will solve all the problems. Popeye and his spinach. Like, you could just end those shows early. Just take your spinach at the very beginning. Save everyone some time. Space Ice. Why do you stay seated during the entire live chat like Seagal? Are you an Aikido master as well? Very good question, Gunsu. I mean, but not really, but I'm pretending because you gave me $5. Because that's where my camera's pointed. So if I get up and walk around, I could do that. But that's not how these things work. So thanks, I guess, for that question. But you did give me $5, so I know I'm kind of going back and forth on if I'm going to be mean to the people giving me money or not. Just deal with it. I'm very inconsistent. R-Man, at Space Ice, I'm not a Seagal fan. I promise I'm not. That guy is definitely a Seagal fan because nobody feels the need to say that. Like, why would you come in here and just say that? You're full of shit, R-Man. Space Ice, I love you. Oh, thank you. I don't know you. And I'm not going to tell you I love you, but who knows? You might be all right. Well, these questions are getting good. Hairspray versus gel. I think hairspray is for women and gel's for guys, so I'm going to go gel. I don't use either, but I would never use hairspray. Oh, here we go. James the Zennial. Most badass death. Mickey Rourke in Double Team or Randy Quaid in Independence Day. So Randy Quaid's death is pretty badass. But Mickey Rourke steps on a landmine and explodes at the exact same time a tiger's eating him. Plus Van Damme. It is kind of hurt by the fact that that was set up by Dennis Rodman outsmarting him. So that's creepy, but I gotta go Double Team. Carl Ditter, what is with the chair? Is this a game to you? It was on sale. Fucking deal with it. Space Ice, you didn't see my first chat. Yeah, probably not. That's kind of how I work. I see one thing. I'll probably take it out of context. But, yeah, fucking deal with it. God. Captain Ron versus Ron Jeremy. Reality Checkmate, are you a bot? I'm going to go Captain Ron. Like, not even close. How could you ask such a question? How could you not know the answer? Space Ice, can you beat Seagal's double on a 1-versus-1 fight? Now, that's a lot better fight than me against Seagal. But fuck yeah, I could. I'm guessing he's got to be old and overweight now, too. I mean, he's not as fat as Seagal, and it's very noticeable in his movies. But yeah, I could beat him. Space Ice, 1940s Superman cartoons or Man of Steel. If you're talking about Henry Cavill, I love Henry Cavill. Everyone loves Henry Cavill. That's why he keeps getting screwed over. Oh, now we got a good question. Double Impact or Double Team? Double Team is an amazing movie that is very underrated. I think people hate on it just because it has Dennis Rodman, and it shouldn't have him. He does not serve a purpose in that movie. They just thought, oh, look, Dennis Rodman's popular. Let's make him a part of this movie. But there's only one Van Damme, which is really hard to use that as a knock, unless, of course, you have a movie with two Van Dammes, like Double Impact, so Double Impact. Richard Gere versus a gerbil. Okay, Dr. 13. You have to give me the ground rules. How do you win that? Because we know what the gerbil's going to do. And they can do a lot of damage in there. So possibly the gerbil, but I got to know the ground rules. Oh, look at that. Aaron Tilby's joined as a member. See, Aaron Tilby's cool. Some of you aren't. Most of you aren't. Ooh, Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees? Got to go Freddy Krueger. He's got a sense of humor. Honestly, I don't remember much about his movies, but I remember he had a sense of humor and tried to be funny. Sorry, Ardarkagus, but you read the chat, man. How can you blame me? I mean, there's like 3 of you are cool, and you guys can figure out between yourselves who it is. Space Ice, Demolition Man, or Lawnmower Man? I gotta go Demolition Man. Wesley Snipes is amazing in that movie. I mean, Stallone's good, but he's Stallone. He plays the same Stallone he is in all of his movies. But Snipes really makes that movie. The evil Dennis the Menace dressed-looking guy. Yeah, Wesley Snipes is very underrated. He made amazing movies until he went crazy. God, it's a shame he went crazy. Those Blade movies were great, except for 3. When they had to CGI his eyes open because he refused to open his eyes for a scene. Which I actually like now, looking back on it. I respect that. Blade 3 or Seagal's best movie? What are the odds? Holy shit, I was just talking about this. Blade 3. Because of the scene where they had to CGI him having his eyes open. Because he did a whole scene with his eyes closed. Because he was being a whiny little shit. Ooh, DK. Hard Target or Sudden Death? Oh, man. What is it? Do you love your son or your daughter more? The the sun, so hard target. Thank you for the question. Biden or stairs. And if we're talking about a fight, we've seen this many times. We know who wins that. So, Troy Wilson. Some of these, you got to give me what we're even talking about here. Are we talking about fights? Space Ice. Will you ever love your audience? It doesn't look like it. I mean, I could. You guys could like turn a corner and start asking amazing questions. Or you could just throw more broken sentences out and tell me to figure it out, what you're asking. But it's possible. Just don't count on it. John Wick or Jackie Chan? Oh, there we go. Okay, look, Chad's winning me back. That's a good question. Ooh, man. I'll probably go John Wick. I mean, Jackie Chan's done more. Oh, God. I mean, but I do love Keanu Reeves. How can you not love Keanu Reeves? So he gets extra points for Keanu Reeves being John Wick. The first one's actually legitimately good all around. It's got a good story. It's got good everything. The story gets really stupid. It turns into like a Jackie Chan. This story's the dumbest thing ever. But the fight scenes, the action scenes, the shoot scenes are amazing. They get better. So all the John Wicks are still great movies. It's like John Wick by like a hair. But it's super close, but I'll go John Wick. I've never seen Jackie Chan even shoot a gun. Does he ever shoot a gun in any of his movies? It's kind of weird when, like, yeah, you can take out this whole army hand to hand, but none of them have a gun to just shoot him. Space Ice. Would you ever do voice work for a Seagal documentary I'm working on? I've spent 11 years on this. It's my life's work. No, man. You've wasted your life. I'm sorry. You've wasted your life. You spent 11 years on the Seagal documentary? He hasn't done 11 years worth of stuff. Like, how would you spend this much time? I feel bad for you. I'll make fun of you if you want for the documentary. That could be my voice work. Space Ice, Speed or True Lies? Oh, good. I like these. Okay, that's a good one. I'll probably go True Lies. It's got more to it. Speed's a great action movie, but probably True Lies is the better all-around movie. There we go. Some of these questions are good. So between some of the shit, there's some gold. I hate having to dig through shit to get gold, but you know, this is what I do for you guys. Magnum Vodkius, Space Ice. If you could recast one of Arnold's movies with JCVD, what movie would that be and why? Oh, here we go. There we go, man. I mean, so obviously it's going to be one of his less good movies. So I don't want to lose one of his, like, I'm not going to lose T2. Even though it would be better with Van Damme, it's still already awesome. Oh, man. I'm going to go with Junior because I think Van Damme could pull it off. Statement. You earn respect, you pay for quality. Man, not only is this guy throwing money at me left and right, but he's spitting fire right now. Yeah, he's telling the truth. You pay for quality, you earn respect. Right now, most of you are getting neither. The stream where Space Ice showed the world that even his audience asks stupid questions and sometimes not at all. Eye roll emoji. Thank you, Rob's right. Thank you. Commando with Van Damme. So you could do that with any movie name with Van Damme and it's going to be awesome. But it would make more sense to take like a not good movie and throw Van Damme in. Now we have another awesome movie. If you take Commando, now you're getting an amazing movie, but you're also losing an awesome movie. So it's just simple math. You want to take something shit and turn it to gold, not take something silver and turn it to gold. Oh, Space Ice, Kill Bill Volume 1 or John Wick 1. Ooh. Oh, God, that's good, too. Kill Bills are great movies. I'll go John Wick 1. Because Kill Bill, the first one, it's got that, I don't know. Tarantino makes great movies, but he's got that weird foot thing, and it's really distracting. And they're in all his movies. And that scene where she's yelling at her feet for a while, I'm like, all I can think about is, come on, Tarantino. Knock this shit off. So it's got that one scene that bothers me. I don't think Wick has any scenes that bother me. So, yeah, I gotta go with Wick. Space Ice. Should Van Damme remake Twisted Pair? Again, you could replace Twisted Pair with any movie. even a Van Damme movie, and I'd be like, fuck yes. So yes, the answer is yes. Hi, Holly. That's not a question. Who's Holly? What? Come on, Randy. Get it together. Space Ice. Speaking of John, so I'm not reading a lot of these before I start saying them out loud, so that's why. I sometimes say things that aren't questions. Did you ever play... Yeah, no, I could not do that, but I'm going to, so whatever. Did you ever play alt PlayStation game Jackie Chan Stuntmaster? What a gem. Never even heard of it. Sorry. Space Ice, River's Edge, or Blue Velvet? I don't know what either of those things are, so I'll go River's Edge. Because you always got to answer a question. Space Ice, The Matrix, or Johnny Mnemonic? Oh, come on, The Matrix. Mnemonic's a good movie, but The Matrix is a classic. Any of the other Matrixes, I'd go Johnny Mnemonic. Especially that last one, which I cannot believe they even made. Oh my god, that one is bad. I should probably do a worse movie on that one. Space Ice. Would you say Field of Dreams is the feel-good movie of the century? No, I don't care what century you're talking about. Van Damme's got the last century and this century locked up. Sorry. Space Ice. Should you play Peter Stormare in a biopic? I don't know if that's a statement or question. No, I'm not going to play him. I don't really know who that is very much. I'm aware of him, but no. We'll go no. Here we go. Jay coming out fire. Kindergarten Cop or Jingle All the Way? Jingle All the Way has Arnold beating up Santa Clauses. So I'm going to go Jingle All the Way because you don't see that very often. You should, but you don't. Oh. Space Ice. Schindler's List with JCVD. Now you're talking. Fuck yes. My thoughts are fuck yes. Van Damme versus Bruce Willis. Who would win? I assume you mean Bruce Willis. See, chat? See, this is what I'm talking about. First, obviously, it's Van Damme. Like, I don't know who this person is asking this kind of question, but then Bruce Willis. Come on, man. Braveheart or Ironclad? Are you guys just choosing? Are these real movies? Braveheart. I don't know what Ironclad is. Toy Story or Shrek? Ooh, I'm going to go Shrek. I like Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. But Shrek, they actually have something that hasn't happened in 20 years. They have Eddie Murphy in an entertaining movie, which I think is amazing. Because it's not the 80s anymore, and so I didn't think he could do that. But he did. He was in like 4 of them. Man, is this your first question? I know you hate the one that you were complaining I didn't read earlier. Like, I'm going to follow you around and read all your questions. I know you hate Seagal, but why do you hate him? Have you seen any of my videos on Seagal? I think they speak for themselves. Under Siege is the only Seagal movie to be nominated for an Academy Award nomination. Yes, it was nominated for a nomination, so they almost nominated it. Okay, but it wasn't Seagal. I think I've said how Tommy Lee Jones is amazing in that movie. Gary Busey's amazing in that movie. It's funny, the best Seagal movie, he's the worst thing about it. That tells you all you need to know. Oh, Space Ice, who is better, Captain Jack Sparrow or Captain Ron? It's not really close, but I do like Jack Sparrow. I like Johnny Depp. But Captain Ron's fucking amazing. He's basically, let's have Snake Plissken, but instead of, some veteran crazy war guy, he's a boat captain. He drinks a lot and makes everybody happy. Oh, wow, Blake Rackley, 5 Space Ice memberships. See, I like Blake. So there's 4 people I like now. Space Ice, Broken Arrow, or Face Off? Face Off. I love John Woo, and I know he did both of those. But you got Nicolas Cage. I know people don't believe it after that Battlefield Earth video. I like Travolta. Ironically, the best parts in the movie were him overacting, and I don't know what he was doing. He decided, I'm going to have an accent when I say a few things, and it's going to come out really insane. But those are the only enjoyable moments. It took up maybe 3-4 seconds of screen time. I'm actually talking, saying those insane things. But I actually like Travolta. But I love Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is just better. So yeah, Face Off. Plus, nobody in Broken Arrow exchanges faces. Not once. Space Ice. If Seagal... Well, the one thing... I know, I'm going back to that. So Travolta's worried about them shooting near nuclear guns. But if he's an expert on nuclear bombs, he should know you can't detonate them by shooting them. You can't blow one up and have it go off. That's not how they work. So why he's freaking out that they're shooting around the nuclear weapons makes no goddamn sense. Sorry, just had to get that off my chest. I've been keeping that inside for 25 years. I almost read your question, Kyriakos. Not doing it. Blade or Spawn from Metro. Blade. I think I was just talking about that. Wesley Snipes was amazing in those movies. Still makes me sad he had to go crazy and decide he's not paying taxes anymore. Fucking dumbass. Footloose or Hollow Man? I don't remember. I don't know if I've ever seen Hollow Man, but does it have Kevin Bacon playing a game of chicken against the tractor while he's on the tractor and he gets stuck? If not, then I go Footloose. More movies need that. Space Ice, Naked Gun, or Hot Shots? I haven't seen Hot Shots in a long time. I remember telling someone Naked Gun was terrible, and then I watched it so I could prove it to him, and then I ended up loving it. So I'll probably go Naked Gun. It's a lot better than I remember. The part where OJ's putting together, like they're in a shootout, and he's like putting a suppressor on his gun, and he just keeps putting things on, and he builds like a little robot. It just makes me laugh. So I got to go Naked Gun. Movie's underrated. Jeff is not. Moneybags here. Movie idea. Twins remake. Van Damme and Carl Winslow, I'm so fucking in already, are brothers, but he mistakes a similar name for and thinks Schneider is his king bro. Hilarity ensues. Man, you started off strong. Who mistakes a similar name? I mean, you got Schneider. It's still going to be an amazing movie. You got Van Damme. It's going to be amazing. You got Carl Winslow, who has not done anything but gold. So it's still going to be a great movie. As his king bro? I don't know what a king bro is. I'm still trying to figure out what this means. But yeah, fuck, I'm down. Rob Schneider couldn't even ruin that one. So I like it. Space Ice. Have you seen any of the Tremor sequels? I have. I remember liking, I think it was the second one. What was his name? Bill or something? The guy with all the guns? He kind of takes over as the main character. Yeah, he's great. Oh, I have not... Interstellar or Oppenheimer? I haven't seen Oppenheimer. I love Interstellar. I know people complain about the love thing in there, but it's 2 fucking words. Deal with it. It doesn't ruin the entire movie. Still an amazing movie. But like I said, haven't seen Oppenheimer. So I'll go Interstellar. Ooh, Space Ice, bigger badass. Cameron Poe or Castor Troy? Poe. I love Castor Troy, but sometimes he tries to act like Travolta. So I'm gonna go Cameron Poe. He's badass all the way through. Ooh, Space Ice. Who do you like more, John Candy or Chris Farley? Damn, that's a good question. John Candy seems like a fatherly figure. Maybe because I was a little kid when he was around. But I'll go Chris Farley. Yeah, I'll go Chris Farley. Fuck it. No real reason. I'm not gonna give you a reason. I don't really have a reason. I'm just going with that. Oh yeah, Space Ice. Please do a movie review of Smokin' Aces. That is another of the always top 5 movies I'm gonna do, but then never ends up getting chosen. But yeah, someday. I love Seagal Man as your name. I feel like I hope I inspired that. Space Ice, you are the greatest YouTuber that ever liver, but NGL. Oh my god, I can't read this. I tried. Make it readable, people. Ooh. Reality Check, Orgasmo, or Team America. I've actually seen both of those. Team America, Orgasmo. It's a great premise, but you see the premise doesn't hold out for 90 minutes. Kind of really loses steam. So, Team America. Space Ice. Did you ever try a bacon strip in the 90s strictly for scientific purposes? No, I never did. I know they smelled like bacon. I think I remember giving my dog some bacon strips, but I never tried it. Fucking weirdo. Space Ice. What Steven Seagal movie would you think Neil Breen directed? Definitely not Kill Switch. While while it's bad enough, there's way too much editing for that to be Neil Breen. Way too much is going on there. Oh man, which movie would I say is his worst? You know what? I'll go Against the Dark, the one he's barely in. It seems like they had a terrible zombie movie, and then he's like, yeah, we'll make this as a movie. Just like throw me in a couple scenes, even though it doesn't make any sense, and that's what they did. That seems like something Breen would do. Oh, shit. I've been going late. Okay, got one more question, fellas. One more question. Fellas, and I'm sure one or two ladies. According to the statistics, it's like 97% male. So if any of you can come up with a good question, we'll end it on a good question. I like ending on a good question, which is really hard to do with you guys, but we're going to try. Seagal Man, that's one of the questions I answer all the time. Come on. Come on, Seagal Man. You got to be a hardcore fan and watch everything. It's The Foreigner. I talked about that all last stream. But that doesn't count as a question. That wasn't a good question. Giving you guys a minute. No, lazy. It's a terrible question. Yeah. This doesn't count either Keith Riley, but I'll believe it when I see it. Plus, he's like in his 50s or 60s now, so I doubt he'll be as good. But I'm not counting as a question. Man, these questions, guys, man. These are better than they were, but they could be better. Yes, Joven, but not for that. I used it for its intended purpose. Okay. Here we go. This is not a great question, but it's something I've been meaning to say if I haven't. So, at Space Ice, would you consider doing mega blockbuster hit animes? Like, what bunch of stupid animes? I don't know. So, I've been pretty firmly against animes because I cannot stand them. I think I tried watching one and I couldn't get more than a minute into it. And I have to stop. But the reason I did the Acolyte is because I thought, hey, what if I do something I know nothing about and don't really care for? And it turned out pretty well. So, yes, I am actually considering doing one. I have no idea what to do. Hopefully people give me good suggestions because I'm not going to watch a bunch of them. I'm not going to watch... If I watch one, that's the one I'm doing. But yeah, I've actually decided I probably will be doing one of those. I'm going to try doing things that I think would be terrible, just to see how it turns out. Like I said, it turned out great for the Acolyte, so we'll see. We'll see how other things that I don't normally do turn out. So that was kind of a good question, not because it was a great question, but because I've been going to say that. Oh, speaking of. So yeah, I have that new logo. People ask about that. People don't seem to realize it. So when you're just starting out a channel, it makes sense to just grab something real quick off Google image search. But when you're a real channel, you should probably have something that somebody can't just trademark or copyright from you because you just took it from them. So yeah, that's why I got a new logo. It's actually pretty cool. Anyways, I think, but yeah, it's a real logo. It's not something I just stole off of Google Images. Somebody actually made it, and it's actually awesome. So if you want me to go back to the old one, well, eat shit. It's not gonna happen. Thank you guys for joining. Might do Tac Force next time. Because these are more breaking down just why it's so terrible, not trying to turn it into something coherent, which is really hard to do. But Attack Force is just, there's so much wrong with that movie. God, it's so bad. But yeah, that might be my next one. So I'll let you guys know what time. I'm trying out different times. Sundays work the best. I seem like I get the most people, at least on Sundays. But football's going to start soon. And I like football, and I think a lot of people do. I'm probably going to try like a later night one, maybe on some weekday night. I don't know. I'm still going to figure it out. So I'm not sure exactly what day or time the next one's going to be, but it will be next week sometime, and probably Attack Force. I'll put up another post where you guys can ask questions. I do go through the questions there. I don't actually read them usually, but whatever. I still answer them. Thank you guys for showing up. I will see you next time, and this has been the Space Ice Mega Blockbuster Hit live stream, where he talks mad shit about the chat.